A bodybuilder has to eat a ludicrous amount of different foods and supplements and put themselves through excruciating workouts to gain muscle, and all a horse has to do is eat grass.
It doesn't matter how old you get, buying snacks for a road trip always feels like you are an unsupervised 8-year-old who was given money.
There's no way to know that you haven't killed someone via the butterfly effect.
Smartphones have basically replaced flashlights.
Movies breaking box office records is far less impressive when you consider how expensive movie tickets have become.
Doing IQ tests on social media and believing them to be accurate is a sign of having a low IQ.
Hell is either extremely cold or extremely hot, depending on who you ask.
Thanks to social media, school reunions are incredibly redundant.
Being afraid to check your bank account is the adult version of being afraid to check your grades.
One of the most frustrating feelings in the world is being smart enough to know there's a better way to do something, but not smart enough to invent a way to do it.
Garlic is the message of vegetables.
Since drunk people have some amount of alcohol in their breath, they're slightly more efficient at cleaning glasses.
Scooby-Doo can give informed consent.
The air fryer is the George Foreman grill of the 2020s.
There are people that dread take your kid to work day, since they really don't do anything.
The human hand is perfectly evolved to pet dogs.
The price of a cup of coffee is no longer a sufficient unit of measurement to describe affordability when describing a donation to charity.
The person who needs the hug usually gives the better hug.
For generations in the future that buy houses for cheap in their early 20s, millennials will be total boomers and complain about how easy it is for these kids to be getting houses so young.
Now for a quick break. Stay tuned for more shower thoughts. We might need to explain to our grandchildren about what cash was.
Whenever looking for something, technically everything is in the last place you look, because you stop looking for it when it's found.
Nuclear weapons are weapons of mass destruction because they destroy mass to create energy.
During their lives, people forget more than they remember.
It's a good thing that the air King Midas touches doesn't also turn into gold.
The same clothes that we tell ourselves weigh more when we step on a scale, we insist weigh less on the airport luggage scale.
Most of Oceania is a desert.
Making a hot sauce even more hot is one way to cut down costs.
We really take it for granted that you can watch and listen to people from 100 years ago.
Unprecedented weather events have become all too precedent nowadays. I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow with more mind-bending shower thoughts. Goodbye for now. If you liked this podcast, check out our other podcast, Daily Facts. This podcast gives you interesting tidbits of information to impress your friends, family, and colleagues with. So get smarter in less than 10 minutes a day. Just search for Daily Facts in your podcast app or check the show notes page for the link. This podcast was produced by Klassic Studios. Please see the show notes page for source credits.